This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
A Level 2 travel advisory issued to U.S. citizens by the U.S. Department of State for travel to the Bahamas. The advisory, dated November 26, is a reissued advisory that advises U.S. citizens to exercise extreme caution. The advisory also focuses on Freeport, Grand Bahama. The advisory states that violent crimes such as burglaries, armed robberies, and sexual assault occur even during the day and in tourist areas. The statement adds that although the Family Islands are not crime-free, the vast majority of crime occurs on New Providence and Grand Bahama Islands. Additionally, U.S. government personnel are not permitted to visit the area known to many visitors as the Sand Trap area in Nassau due to crime, according to the statement. Activities involving commercial recreational watercraft, including water tours, are not consistently regulated. Watercrafts, the statement read, are often not maintained, and many companies do not have safety certifications to operate in the Bahamas. It further states that jet ski operators have been known to commit sexual assaults against tourists, and as a result, U.S. government personnel are not permitted to use jet ski rentals on New Providence and Paradise Island. Residents are also advised to exercise caution in the area known as Over the Hill, south of Shirley Street, and the fish fry at Arawaki in Nassau, especially at night. The advisory further cautions those who do decide to travel to the Bahamas to not answer their door at their hotel or residence unless they know who it is, not to physically resist any robbery attempt, to enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, STEP, to receive alerts and make it easier to be located in an emergency. The advisory also tells its U.S. citizens to follow the Department of State on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, to review the crime and safety report for the Bahamas, to always have a contingency plan for emergency and medical situations, and to review the traveler's checklist. A previous advisory was issued in August and took a similar tone. No decision yet on whether the government will purchase the Grand Bahama International Airport, and this more than 2 months after Hurricane Dorian completely destroyed the airport. Tourism Minister Dionisio Diagala says to date, the airport is still owned and operated by Jcntvnews.
Obviously, they have been impacted many times over a number of years at that airport, and they are not as exuberant as they once were to operate it. So let's put it that way. And the government is exploring all options as it relates to that airport.
The government, he added, at this time isn't concerned about acquiring the airport, but about exactly what will happen once the government acquires it.
The Bahamian people's concern about that airport will shift from Hutchison Ports to the government of the Bahamas. And so the government of the Bahamas wants to make sure that they have a plan, if they were to buy it, what is the way forward. And that will take some time to get that airport back on stream. Obviously, you've got to analyze why it keeps flooding and how to make it more resilient so that in the event there is another major storm, that airport isn't put in the position it is today. So that will take some time to think through, and we have to think through that process, not just the acquisition. That's an easy part. It's what happens when you acquire it.
Since the announcement by the tourism minister of the government's position to purchase the storm-ravaged airport, Minister Diagala says Jcntvnews has made significant headway to have the airport reopened. Shifting gears, the country investigating the latest homicide here in the capital after the discovery of a partially nude body of a female in the area of Stokes Beach near the infamous Stokes Cabana. According to police, sometime after 7:15 a.m., police control received information from concerned citizens that a female body was submerged in waters in the area off Yamacraw Beach. When officers arrived on the scene, they confirmed those reports. EMS were called in and on examining the body noted injuries. According to Chief Superintendent of Police Solomon Cash, those injuries were consistent with blunt force. He also noted that there were abrasions to the victim's neck. Now, police do not know the motive behind this latest homicide and are appealing to members of the public who may have information that can assist with their investigations to contact police at 911, Central Detective Unit at 502-9991 or 502-9912. Meantime, police on the island of Eleuthera were investigating a shooting incident in the early hours this morning that resulted in a male being shot. Reports from that island indicate that it was shortly after 1 a.m. a police officer responded to a domestic dispute at Barrack Street, Harbor Island, and took an adult male into custody. As the officer was escorting the suspect from the vehicle into the police station, the man resisted and attempted to disarm the officer, resulting in him being shot. The injured suspect was transported to the community clinic and later to New Providence for further medical attention. Investigations are ongoing. Stay with us. Jcntvnews Saunders is up next with sports.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.